Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today for an update on the Maximo Community Content. My name is PM Denny and I'm an IBM Maximo Offering Manager. And today I'll give you an update on the Maximo DevWorks community along with a demonstration of the new features. So first, to recap, the Maximo DevWorks community was available to us for 8 years approximately, and you can see the URL for it right here on the bottom. We often called it DevWorks because that was a part of the community and it was a way for us to identify it. Within the IBM DevWorks community, we had information like best practices and new features within our wiki content. We'd extend that within blogs where we could give, again, new updates or new feature releases. Our user forum was a very dynamic location where our clients and business partners and IBMers could talk virtually and exchange information. Well, the DevWorks community has been deprecated as of March 30th, 2020, but Maximo, I would like to highlight, has an extension through April 30th, 2020. So you will still find some content in there as we continue to migrate the content. So where is the content going? Well, we're moving the content from DevWorks to 4 different locations. First is the new Maximo IoT Community. This is where you'll find detailed information, discussions, blog contents, group event notifications, and much more. Support Tech Notes. In a Support Tech Note, you'll find the information that was more talking about and extended product features. You'll also find the DevWorks blogs and the DevWorks user forum have migrated to Support Tech Notes. Knowledge Center, that's a place where you're going to find detailed information on a delivered product features, and some of the content from DevWorks has moved there. And finally, our Developer Center. Our Developer Center is truly focused on those developers who want to get really into detail about particular APIs or particular product features. Again, very, very technical in nature. Well, let me talk through each one of these, and then we'll actually have a demo where I'll show them to you. Starting with the new Maximo IoT Community, and you can see the URL to access this right here. Within the Maximo IoT Community, there's a number of sub-communities that you'll see here. Maximo EAM, Anywhere, Integration, and Scheduler. So to find information specifically on Maximo EAM, you would go to this subcommunity, Anywhere, Integration, or Scheduler. Once you're in each one of those subcommunities, you'll find really great information. There's an overview in the group home. The discussion is where you can ask a question, you can respond to a question, or you simply can review questions that are out there today. Our library is our repository of information, again, on extensions of product functionality, things like new product features, etc. Here's an example of Maximo where we're talking about best practices, and you can see some configuration best practices here. The beautiful thing about the folder is it is in a hierarchy format, so you can drill down to the particular levels that you need. Blogs as well will post information for you. Events, it could be a virtual event, it could be a user conference, and you can also see the members here. What's really, really important about using the new Maximo IoT Community is to make sure you sign up for notifications. Right? It would be very, very difficult for you to come in every single day and look to see what new content may have been added, what new blog may have been added, what new discussion may have been added. So instead, sign up for a notification in any or all of the communities to get this information pushed to you on a daily or weekly basis, whatever you need. And it is very important that you must join each one of those communities that you are interested in to get those particular notifications. The other item or the other location that we've moved the content to is support. This is the Maximo Asset Management Support homepage over here on the far left, and you can see the URL up here. Here's an example of some of the information that you might find in a support note. In this case, it's a release notification. This is an end of support for a particular product. But again, you'll find a whole host of other features in the tech notes. But again, it's so critical for you to sign up for notifications. Select the areas of Maximo that you're most interested in, whether it's scheduler, whether it's anywhere, whether it's reporting, whether it's workflows. And once you sign up for that, if a new tech note is created, you will automatically receive notification for that in your email. Another area that the content has been migrated to is Knowledge Center. Knowledge Center is our repository for documentation on Maximo, all aspects, whether you're installing, administrating, deploying, utilizing. And this is really the delivered feature set, really talking about what is available with the product that it's delivered. And then lastly, I want to highlight the Maximo Development Center. On the far left-hand side, you can see our developer center that we have today. And again, this is where you're going to find that technical content. That content is also being migrated to the new developer center shown here on the far right. This migration will go throughout the summer. So again, you can utilize both places right now to find the content that is available and most important to you. But now let's do a demo and let's start to see what each one of these sites looks like. Excuse me. So again, here is our DevWorks community. And if you remember, there's a lot of different extensions from there, whether it's a blog or a wiki or a user forum. And you can see that even though today is April 2nd, our content remains through April 30th, 2020. I can come here and I can see some of the content. We don't have the ability to make any changes to it. Excuse me, you can't make any adjustments. But also notice that as I start to navigate through this, some of the pages will appear to me, but other pages, if I, for example, click down here on Report Resources, it's going to take me to a location outside of the community. So what is happening now is within DevWorks, if we have identified a page to go either to the Knowledge Center, to go to the support site, or the new IBM Community, there's a redirect that will automatically take you to that new location. So again, I've moved directly from the DevWorks community to the new location. This is very important if you have bookmarked certain pages within the wiki site. So for example, maybe you bookmarked a page on integration or you bookmarked a page on scheduling. The redirect will take you to that new location. However, this makes navigating within the asset community a little bit tricky, but again, just remember that this is a process that's going in place as we work through migrating the content through the end of April. So now let's take a look at the new community. So I can come up here and I can go to IBM.com Community IoT, and there's a number of different communities within IBM. There's some for analytics, there's some for all different products within IBM, but we're in the IoT community right now, which is Maximo, Tririga, and Engineering. If I select Maximo, what's going to happen is I'll see those three sub-communities, EAM, Anywhere, Integration and Scripting, and Scheduler. Now, if I select Maximo EAM, I'm now in that sub-community, brings me to the group home, but notice here's the discussion. This is where you can ask questions. This is where you can view questions. This is where you can respond to questions. You'll see our library is very, I would say, very heavily built up at this point. Still number of features that will be added to this as we continue to work over time. But here's that hierarchical structure that I mentioned. And within any one of those pages, you can see the content over here on the far right-hand side. There's blogs that are available. Our events, unfortunately, due to recent events in the world, these are a little light right now, but we'll be building these up with more virtual information. And then finally is the members. That's where you join the content. If I click on the settings here, I can see over here that I'm getting information sent to me on a daily basis for this individual community. So again, this is the sub-community within Maximo. I can navigate back home, and let me just show you another sub-community. Let's go to Anywhere right now. Anywhere is a little bit more active at this point. We've got a lot of great members, a lot of great discussion. So I'd really like to encourage folks to join all of the communities. You know, if you are interested in Anywhere, if you're interested in integration and scheduler, we want to see you joining. We want to get those discussions flowing, information out as you need. So again, these are the first place that the content has moved to. The second place is our support site, Maximo Asset Management. And what's key here is how you actually find the content. First, always make sure you're subscribing to those notifications. That is going to be key for you to get information that you need. Also, how do you find information on a particular tech note? One of the key things to remember within this community is if you come up here and search for, let's try report, what's going to happen is the search is going to go across all of IBM support tech notes. And look what happens. I've got almost 2 million, I can't even read that number, 2.5 million results. Well, I really don't want to go through that number of results. So what can I do? Like I said, I'm just going to filter on Maximo report. And so now the search, even though I'm in the asset management community, will only search for Maximo report content. And the number has gone down significantly. So really what we're trying to show here is the further you filter your results, the more likely you will get that hit in the top page to get the information you need. So again, that's our Maximo Asset Management support site. This is the Knowledge Center. You can navigate all different places within the Knowledge Center. You can change to particular releases within Maximo to find that exact content you need, and then navigating through here on the far left-hand side, or any of the common tasks that you might need, whether it's on work centers or whatever information. And then lastly, as we pull this together, I'd like to highlight again our Developer Center. This is where our technical content is stored. The content from the Maximo Dev Center will be migrated throughout the summer, and it'll go into this new location over here, which is developer.ibm.com for Maximo. And again, this is where you're going to find that technical content. So I'd like to thank you very, very much for your time. And just in closing, I want to highlight again the importance of us making sure that you can find the information that you need at any time. If you have a problem at all in finding any documentation and finding that tech note and finding that how-to that you used to have, please feel free to drop a note here in the EAM discussion. Say, hey, I can't find this note. Help me find it. That's going to be a lot quicker than trying to open up a support ticket or get frustrated. And we'll do our best to get a response to you as soon as possible. So thank you all for your time and have a great day.